My most anticipated show of the last 5 years has been Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. That there was no other show that I was looking forward to more. The behind the camera talent they assembled was fantastic, and I was super, super excited for it. Yeah, I was looking forward to some other shows too, like the new Game of Thrones and whatever. And the show came out, and listen, I certainly really liked a couple of episodes. And overall, I enjoyed the series, but I also had, several big problems. I almost walked out of the premiere of it. I went to the premiere and I saw the first episode and because they did this big premiere event where they showed the first 2 episodes in theaters. And after the first episode, I almost walked out. But we stuck around for the second one. Overall, enjoyed it, but it did not anywhere live up to my expectations for the show. But a lot of potential there, I still believe. So they are currently shooting Rings of Power Season 2. Rings of Power Season 2 is currently being shot. But a little thing called the WGA strike has happened. The writer's strike has happened. So what's going to happen? Well, according to the people running this show, the show must go on. Because according to reports, they're going to just keep making the show without the showrunners. Without the runners and without the showrunners. This comes to us from the folks at Variety who wrote the following. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, is the latest marquee TV series to move forward with production amid ongoing WGA strike, but the Amazon Prime show will be doing so without the services of executive producers J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay. The sweeping fantasy series has 19 days of filming remaining. Sources confirmed to Variety, but per the WGA strike rules, Payne, McKay, and any other writer-producers are barred from practice or participating in any writing-based duties during production while the strike continues, including making creative decisions on set. Instead, the show's non-writing executive producers like Lindsay Weber, director Charlotte Brandstrom, Sana Hamri, and Louise Hopper and crew are overseeing production on the UK-based shoot. Okay. So my first impression of this is season 2 really does need to be better than season 1. And losing your creative heads is not great. That being said, it is mitigated a little bit by the fact that there are now 17 days of shooting left. The vast majority of the show's already been shot. The scripts are done. Still, you'd like your showrunners around in case there are any last-second creative decisions that need to be made. But, listen, if we were on day 10 of shooting, of a 5-month shooting period, I'd be very concerned. But to be honest, I think this isn't that big a deal. It's not a good thing. No. In the world, if this is a good thing or a bad thing, this is a bad thing. But it's not the world is falling apart thing. So it's not so bad. Anyway, Chris, I mean, you've been on sets and stuff like this. They've got, as of this writing, was 19 days. Today, it's like 17 days of shooting left. Mm-hmm. Should they have stopped production, or do you think they're so far into it now and that this isn't a big deal? Somewhere in the middle, what do you think?
And this is a very expensive show, so I think stopping production would just be them hemorrhaging money. Regardless of how you feel about the writing on this show, right? It is very important for writers to be on set. And we've touched on this on the show before. Basically, it is so common for you to get new pages every single day with adjustments, right? Sir Gamble did this really great tweet thread today about why it's important to have a writer on set, not only for the writer to gain, actual practical experience of how to become a showrunner, how these stories live in a 3-dimensional world, etc. It's so important for them to be there because they're this extension of the showrunner too. And now we don't have the showrunners here, which is problematic. And usually when you have a lot of story left, maybe not 19 days worth, you might not know what happens 4 episodes from now with this character. So the slightest thing could go, oh, that's not their character arc actually, or, oh, hey, that's actually not where the story's going. We're going to have this reveal with this character, and you guys just didn't know about that. It's very important.
I got to be honest, that kind of sounds like season 1.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But it's really important to have writers on set in general for these kinds of things, right? Also, if there's just practical issues, if the set isn't coming to life in the proper way, if there's, safety issues, if an actor gets sick or is injured and can't be in a scene, how do we pivot? Well, a writer usually takes care of that kind of stuff. So for 19 days remaining out of their already extensive shoot, I'm not too concerned, but it definitely is. Yeah, it's not the best thing. It's not the worst thing, but it's not a good thing.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Where some other shows have halted production Rings of Power aside, now we're going to keep going. Granted, it's probably only like 10 to 12% of the shooting days left, but still, it is a little concerning. What do you think about this? Was it the right decision to keep shooting the show? Should they have paused it? It would have been expensive if they did, but maybe that's worth it. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Rocket Money. The average person has around 12 paid subscriptions. Think about that. If you think you're only subscribed to a handful of services, you might want to double check. With Rocket Money, you can quickly identify and cancel all of your unwanted subscriptions. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Rocket Money will quickly and easily identify your subscriptions for you so you can stop paying for the ones you don't want and don't even use. Simply find the subscription you don't want and press cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. No more long hold times with customer service or tedious emailing back and forth. Rocket Money makes canceling subscriptions as easy as the click of a button. My wife Ann and I moved out of Burbank 2 years ago, and one of the first things I discovered when I loaded up Rocket Money was that I was still paying for a gym membership I haven't even been to in Burbank in 2 years. So stop throwing away your money. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Campea. That's rocketmoney.com/Campea. rocketmoney.com/Campea.